So you don't think you have enough money to invest in a physical property? Don't worry, I got you. Do this instead. Waiting until you get a lot of money, or probably how much is required, is how a lot of people get stuck when it comes to property investment. Hi family, welcome back to YAT Finance, helping you to build wealth with wisdom, clarity, and purpose. Today, I am excited as any other day. I'll be showing you how to invest into a property without needing a mortgage, needing a deposit, or the headache of a landlord. All right, so let's start simple. I'm talking about REITs. It's Real Estate Investment Trust. It's basically a company that owns income-producing property. Think skyscrapers, shopping centers, warehouses, apartment blocks, hospitals, data centers, real assets. When you invest in REITs, you are not buying the whole building. You are buying a slice of the company that owns the building. And so let me bring it to anyone's perspective. Let's consider the area you live in. Probably it's a new developed area, or the property belongs to a council. Whoever owns that company, if I buy REIT, I buy a slice of whoever owns your property. That is if you do not own it by yourself. And because these buildings generate rent, REITs pay out a large chunk of that income to investors. It's like being a landlord without being a landlord. So I am a landlord, but I do not have the physical assets. But I am a landlord because I'm investing in the companies that owns the asset. The difference is I do mine through the stocks market. So let me give you a bit history of REITs. REITs aren't new. They've been around since 1960s. The whole idea was to let everyday people invest in big money real estate, not just the wealthy. Over the decades, REITs have grown into a massive global industry, billions in assets, thousands of properties, and some of the biggest REITs own things like Amazon warehouse, major shopping centers, and entire apartment communities. This is real property, real income, real ownership, just without the barriers. What barriers? I'm talking about the headache of being a landlord. Now let's talk about performance, because this is where REIT surprises you. A lot of people talk about, oh, let me invest in the stock market, let me do this, but then they sleep on REITs. Historically, REITs have delivered returns similar to, and in some periods, even higher than the stock markets. Why? Because they earn rental income and their properties grow in value over time. On average, long-term REIT returns have been around the same ballpark as the major stock indexes. And remember, they pay dividends, so you are getting income and growth. Is this guaranteed? No, nothing in this life is guaranteed. Not even the greatest companies you can ever think of. Nothing in this life is guaranteed. But the records state it. Steady, reliable performance. That is REIT records. There are different types of REITs depending on what you want your exposure to be. Probably you want your exposure to be in the healthcare sectors. You want it to be in commercial properties, rental. So there are various REITs you can invest in. I'm talking about industrial REITs, data center REITs, hotel REITs. You can literally choose the type of property you want to invest in. I believe I've been saying quite a lot. Now, the question probably you are asking is, how do I get into this? How do I invest into REITs? This is where people get things complicated. They got confused with this. They think we need a structural ability to be able to invest. But no, same place. That is how we do this business. You don't need a solicitor. You don't need a mortgage. You don't need a deposit. You just need a brokerage account. Search for the REIT you want. They trade like normal stocks. You buy shares and boom, you are in the property game. You can also invest through REIT ETFs, which bundle multiple REITs together for instant diversification. I have a separate video coming up for ETFs. I have done quite a few when it comes to ETFs, but I'm going to go in depth into the various ETFs that we have. We also have a REIT ETF, but who know road? REIT lets you invest into properties at your level. I'm talking about £10, £20, £50, £100. The little change you don't have a lot of value for. Well, you become a property investor. if you look into REITs. Type in the message bit if you want to know how to do this. If you want support, one-on-one coaching, please leave me a message, or probably email me on yatfinance25@gmail.com and I'll respond back to you. Everyone needs help. You can start building exposure to real estate today. No tenants, no repairs, no stress, just passive income with long-term growth. Once again, if you want me to break down the REITs for beginners or how to choose the right one for your goals, comment below and I will make that video next. Please subscribe, like, and share. As always, this has been YAT Finance. God bless you and I'll see you on the next.